Hello boys and girls, Busternaut here, and welcome back to another WoT Blitz game. Today it will be slightly different, because we're going to play some low tiers, and I'm going to show you a game in the LTP. So we're platooned up with Force Bladder, who's driving his Cruiser Mark IV, and we're in a tier 4 game. So we're not top tier, and it is going to be hard to play against the Headzers, because we both cannot penetrate the front of the Headzer, so it is going to be tricky. Now the LTP is a really good machine. It was recently kind of changed, which it got buffed a little bit and nerfed a little bit, but overall it was a slight nerf for the LTP, at least in my opinion. So let's see how I perform in this game. Now it is close to a heartbreaking game, but the thing that happens in the end just makes it very good and not so bad of a heartbreak. So anyways, let's just watch what happens here. And as you can see, we are facing that Headzer, and we both cannot penetrate his front, so we are trying to get some flanking fire. Unfortunately, Force Bladder is going to get shot right here by the Headzer, and that's going to reduce him to half hit points, as you can see here. And now I'm going to take some shots at this Cruiser. Now that wasn't a good trade, because his auto loader just put a whole bunch of shots into me. But now I'm going to re-engage, and as you can see, I'm not spotted at this point because I'm behind the bush and he doesn't see me. And on the other hand, he gets spotted from my allies, and I can see him. But now he disappears once again, and I'm blind firing, and hearing that the crew confirms a hit, I continue to blind fire until I kill him. Now this Covenanter here gives me a free flank shot, so I'm going to take it and not hang around. Unfortunately, while I was dealing with that Cruiser, Force Bladder got taken out by the Headzer, and it was really bad that I couldn't help him, but in my opinion I wouldn't have been able to help him even if I went there, because I just cannot penetrate a Headzer. But anyways, now this Covenanter manages to bounce both of his shots off my angled front plate. Now that's the thing about the LTP, the armor is pretty good for tier 3 tank, because it is sloped, and if you angle it you can pull some bounces in it, although you will struggle against the higher penetration guns. But as you can see here, we've managed to bounce another shot from the Covenanter and managed to set him on fire as well. But our team is just melting, and we cannot get the gun depression here, and when we do, he's already behind the corner. But I can put some shots in the Covenanter, and he bounces off one of his two shells, and again one of his two shells doesn't go through, and I managed to kill him. Now I'm completely alone at this point, and if I manage to win somehow, I'll get the Kolobanov's medal, but I don't think I'm going to win, because they have Headzer and a Matilda, and I cannot penetrate the Headzer's front, and I cannot penetrate the Matilda anywhere, so at this point I cannot win the game. Well, apart from capping, but they probably won't let me cap. Now I'm dueling against this Panzer IIIA, and I managed to put several shots into him, while he puts only one into me. But shortly his friends are going to appear, and I'll have to move up if I want to survive. Now there are 2 minutes and 38 seconds remaining, so if I can just drive around the map, because the LTP is a fast tank, and the Matilda is pretty slow. The Headzer is fast as well, but the LTP is faster and more maneuverable than the Headzer. So if I can run away, I maybe can get a draw. So I'll be fighting to get a draw on this one, and let's see if I can manage to do it. Now that's very risky. At this point I was expecting any second my tank to blow up and the Hetzer to just take me out. Now I missed that shot on the move, but it didn't matter anyways because he missed me as well. And as you can see, I managed to build up quite a distance between me and that Hetzer, and the Matilda just hopeless to catch me. And now I will try to drive around and just hide from the enemies and hope to get a draw. Now if they go into the cap circle, they can cap the flag, but let's see if they are going to be greedy. The Hetzer's on 5 kills, as you can see. He maybe wants to get that 6th kill, so he's going to be greedy, but we'll see what happens. And I'll just drive around, as I told you, because there's nothing better I can do at this point, and I'll hope for the best. So sorry about that. I was expecting the Hetzer to pop up somewhere in front of me, so I was nervous at that point. I didn't know where he was at. I didn't know if he followed me or if he drove around. And there we go, someone's capping. That's probably the Matilda, because the Hetzer was going after me when we last saw him, and it's probably the Matilda. We spot the Panzer 3A, and he's on the same spot as before, so he's probably AFK, and we just take him out. He was either AFK or just too slow to react, and we took him out. And now I'm very nervous. I think that the Hetzer's in front of me, so I drive back. There's 13 seconds left on the clock, so I'm pretty confident at this point. And what? The Hetzer appears out of nowhere. I managed to dodge his shot. Well, I mean, he didn't fire at all, and he just didn't fire. And there we go. We got a draw. I couldn't believe how close that was. I couldn't believe that the Hetzer didn't shot me. There were 1300 damage in a tier 3 game. Wow. I mean in a tier 3 tank in a tier 4 game. Whatever. But anyways, as you can see there, the LTP is a pretty good tank. Force player didn't do much, but that was because he got really unlucky. At the beginning he got shot by the Hetzer for half of his hit points, and then he got finished off by the other Hetzer, which was really unfortunate. But anyways, that was for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, go ahead and leave a like. I mean, that was ridiculous at the end. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, and good luck on the battlefield. I wish that your enemies always act like that Hetzer, and I wish you the same luck I had in this game.